I seriously don't know of one person that doesn't like action games. It's such a diverse genre within gaming, and I truly believe that anyone can find a great action game to enjoy. One of my personal favorite action games on mobile is Grim Valor. It has consistently garnered positive reviews and attention ever since its initial release on the App Store, and I think it's well deserved. However, there is one mobile game of a similar vein that hasn't received the same love and attention that Grim Valor has, and it's an absolute shame. The aforementioned game is ICEY, and I want to give the game its roses. Let's get right into it. ICEY is oozing with anime charm, and that includes crazy over-the-top animations and sound effects and very fast-paced soundtracks. Everything about this game is just anime through and through. However, I feel like a lot of people can still really get into it even though you don't like the art style because of its high-tech dystopian vibe overall. So the characters may be anime styled, but there's really cool mecha type stuff that you get to encounter, and there's a little bit for everyone on offer. Now you play as a cyborg named ICEY, and your entire goal is to kill someone named Judas. Now there's multiple robots and enemies that you will be encountering as you're trying to do so, and throughout the entire game, there's a narrator that is constantly narrating what you should do, but you don't have to listen. So say that the narrator says, "Oh, ICEY entered this building," and if you actively disobey that and go left or go a different route than what the narrator is saying, then the narrator will react to what you're doing within game, and it breaks the fourth wall at multiple points, and it's one of the most unique experiences I've ever had in a single player side-scrolling action game, and it's really fun. So it feels kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure style game where you choose to obey or disobey the narrator and see how they react. And the narrator is really well done and really believable, and it truly does feel like someone's speaking to you directly.
It seems like
ICEY's storyline is really unique as well, aside from the narration, because it's kind of one of those storylines that you have to decipher for yourself. It doesn't hold your hand, and you kind of have to draw your own conclusions as to what's happening, which character is which, and who you are as ICEY, which I do appreciate, and it's not just a straightforward story. Other than the game's narration and storyline, the combat is where ICEY truly shines. Now, this is a side-scrolling hack-and-slash combo type game where you are slowly able to upgrade ICEY in unique ways to add more combos into her toolkit. Now, once you get those combos, the combos are all about timing, and almost every enemy has a unique way that you have to dispose of them, and sometimes it kind of feels like a rhythm game to a degree, where you're having to hit certain buttons at certain times. On top of satisfying inputs for the combat in this game, they are so flashy. I have never seen such crazy attacks and special moves in a side-scrolling action game. It honestly makes Grim Valor pale in comparison, at least visually, and it's just so fun to witness. However, the great combat mechanics of ICEY would go to waste if it weren't for the great variety of enemies and bosses in this game. Now, the enemies are thrown at you in mixtures of different types, and each of them have to be dispatched of in a different way, or there's a more effective route of doing so. Now, the bosses are especially a highlight in this game. Each of them have really unique patterns of behavior and attacks that you have to learn and strategize around. On top of the entire gameplay loop that I just mentioned, there are great touchscreen controls for ICEY, and it includes full controller support as well, which is always a nice touch. Another strength of ICEY is its length. It clocks in at around 5 hours, and it's not too short or too long, and there's no padding or fluff. It's just a great experience throughout. What's truly crazy is ICEY is available for $2.99 on the App Store, and it's a premium experience. No in-app purchases or shenanigans to speak of. When it comes down to it, ICEY is not your normal side-scrolling action game. This one really does a lot of things different, and the highlights include the narration that really makes it feel like a unique experience with Easter eggs to discover depending on what you do in the game. The combat is super flashy and satisfying to do, and it really does take skill because of its rhythm-based combat, mixed in with learning the patterns of enemies and bosses, and the storyline lets you decipher it as you go on your own. And you kind of have to draw your own conclusions, and by the end, and when you finish it, you're going to be thinking about the game and trying to figure it out. It's really satisfying from beginning to end. It's not too long, not too short. I highly suggest you guys check it out. The link to the game is in the description down below. Alright guys, that was my love letter for ICEY. If it helped you out or if you enjoyed it, please leave a like and pop a sub. It really helps out small channels like mine. If you want more mobile gaming content or content overall from me, check out any of the links in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video, and take it easy.